Good morning, Bun Touchers. Today we're going to try something a little different. Today we're going to do some pickled eggs. We heard they're the best in town. They were user recommended.
The first thing I noticed about this jar of pickled eggs is the sweat.
Today's eggs are brought to you by Burnbrae Farms, a local farm here in Victoria. And they ship the eggs to a store actually near my house called the Wholesale Club in Esquimalt. So if you're looking for your own pickled eggs, why don't you just head down to the Esquimalt Wholesale Club?
It's gonna be okay, buddy.
Like I was saying, these were bought in Esquimalt near my house at the Wholesale Club. Low price of $16 Canadian gets you 5 pounds of brine and eggs.
Usually I have to go to my local supplier to get brine and add my own eggs. But with pickled eggs, they actually put in the vinegar, and I recently learned it dissolves the shell of the egg, which then turns into the brine.
So that's why you have the yellowing jaundice of the brine, is the shells have actually dissolved.
It looks like a spawn pool for where aliens would lay their eggs.
Very good point. So why don't we dig in? So what you're gonna wanna do,
I prefer to go with the hard stab technique when eating pickled eggs. I just jam the fork in there and then see what I grab. Ooh, look at that.
Oh nice, from the bottom.
This'll be nice.
A little bit from the south.
Ooh.
They're a little bouncy, quite hard for a pickled egg. You'd expect something quite softer. This is a full-blown hard egg. Why don't we give a taste test?
All right, let's do it. Not too sour.
So eating an egg in one bite is probably a bad idea. That took me about a full 50 seconds to fully dissolve the egg in my mouth and turn it into something that I could swallow. So maybe you want to get a plate, maybe cut it into pieces, or like Sam did, bite half, eat half after. One egg at a time is a no-go. Don't do it.
Oh, they're really good. I'm gonna have another one. Whoa. I feel like a gladiator trying to harpoon a whale. Come over here, little buddy.
The shape of the egg is a natural enemy to the fork's prongs, so getting it on your fork is going to be a bit of a challenge.
This is actually a very nice looking egg. You look at it here, that's something you'd see in a comic book or an anime.
They're very uniformly shaped, which is good. Sometimes you get odd shaped eggs, oblonged eggs, not too good for pickling.
As you can see, these are in fact eggs. They're not just marshmallows in some sort of syrup. That is the yolk inside the egg.
Fun fact about pickled eggs, you can actually replace the marshmallows in ambrosia salad with pickled eggs if you want something lighter, something easier and filled with protein.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize pickled eggs are kind of a garnish you can place on all sorts of foods you never thought possible before, like shepherd's pie, or just sliced and diced on top of cottage cheese. Cheese and eggs is what I like to call it, cottage style.
Yeah, the possibilities are truly endless. They actually have a 10-year shelf life and you don't have to refrigerate them. That's one thing you gotta be worried about, is when you notice how hard the actual egg is on the outside, but the inside is a soft, creamy nougat. So be careful when you're biting down that you don't bite too hard and bite your tongue off or chip a tooth.
They say jawbreakers are the #1 breakers of tooth. Not so. I was recently reading on pickledeggs.com that pickled eggs are the leading cause of tooth decay and tooth damage by people overzealously biting into a pickled egg.
So if you're gonna wanna make your own pickled eggs naturally, you take some all organic eggs, maybe from Bray Farms, go down to the local ocean, right? Dig a hole in the sand, place 10 to 12 eggs at the bottom of your pit. Let the ocean water run in and out, make sure the water is constantly refreshing itself. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna bury it and let it cook in the sun for about 4 to 9 days. You let them sit, the water comes in, and the actual organic, natural brine of the ocean will turn your eggs into perfectly shaped pickled eggs.
Yeah, pickled eggs are one of the closest foods to nature you can possibly consume. An egg comes from a bird, and brine comes from the brine man.
One thing to be noted is lots of people and airlines won't allow you to eat pickled eggs on a plane actually. Which is distressing because if you're on a 4-hour flight, I think a pickled egg is a great snack on the go, but it has a very pungent smell that some people compare to a fart. I don't mind it.
If you do want to take a pickled egg on a flight, what I've done before is emptied out a tube of toothpaste, puree up a bunch of pickled eggs, make an afternoon of it. Just slowly jam pureed pickled egg into the tube of toothpaste, and you'll have a snack anytime. I mean, people are going to think you're eating toothpaste, but what do they know? They're not consuming one of nature's gifts. Pickled eggs, I think, are the next big food that are coming around in the food YouTube review community. And I just like to see all the YouTubers get together, just go to a pickled egg festival, you know? Louisiana, Texas, I'm looking at you, Governor, get a hold of us. And we'll come down, we'll film, and we'll review those eggs. Let's get these eggs going again. So a little advice, if you're ever stuck out in the wilderness or you've gone camping and you have one of these bad boys with you, which is highly suggested that you do, along with a Swiss Army knife and a touch the bun video on a USB stick, you'll want to be ready to save your life by drinking some brine, which I will demonstrate right now. Oh yeah, that's aged well. So what do you think of the price, Craig?
The price is incredible. Like I said, I bought it at the Wholesale Club in Esquimalt. They sell to big restaurants, which is why you get big eggs for only $16. Like I said, $5 of eggs. You can't do better than that. What do you think of the site, Sammy?
It looks good. It's floating around in the brine. It's a classical pickled egg. And the jar even sweats a little. What do you think of the smell, Craig?
The smell, like I said, might be offensive the most, but to me, I think it's endearing and it reminds me of my mom. So what do you think of the taste, Sammy?
It was delicious. Not too hard on the outside and a little soft on the inside. It was almost like hitting a little pocket of cream. If you ever had cream puffs, this is quite similar, but pickled. What do you think of the taste, Craig?
I love the taste. Personally, pickled eggs has always been one of my favorites. I've been a huge supporter for eggs, especially pickled since day one. A great taste and a great addition to anyone's fridge. So Sam, what do you think of the slaw factor?
I don't have an opinion. So what do you think of the slaw factor, Craig?
For me, the slaw factor, I give it probably 9 out of 10 brine shrimp, which is something you have to watch out with your pickled eggs.
That's a really high rating.
Sometimes you have to be careful though to make sure they got all the brine shrimp out of the brine before they sent it away. There's a few in the bottom of ours, but that's no problem. You should expect at least 2 to 3 shrimp in your pickled eggs, but great taste. Eggs up to you guys.
Make sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey, thanks for liking our new series of pickled eggs and other pickled ingredients. We'd love to hear your feedback.
And remember, keep eating those pickled eggs and you'll be with a pickled leg.